What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Strictly Commerce. Inside of today's video, we're going to be going over how much money do you need to start Amazon FBA in 2023. So this video is going to be broken down into two separate parts. In the beginning, we're going to be talking about super beginner costs involved with starting with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. For the sake of these videos, if you don't understand, RA is what we call retail arbitrage, where you're buying items in store and then reselling them on Amazon. OA stands for online arbitrage, where you're buying items from online retailers like Walmart, Target, Webster on Store, and other online sites, and then reselling them on Amazon. Something to keep in mind is with both of these models, you are gonna need to actually prep and ship your items into Amazon FBA. For the sake of this video, we're gonna assume that everybody is starting out is just gonna be sending their items out by themselves, and that you have some supplies lying around your house like boxes and tape and things like that. We're gonna leave those costs out of the video. So there are some fixed costs involved with getting started with this model. The first is having an Amazon Seller Central account. Some people will talk about that you can get started with the free account. I don't think that's a good recommendation, because when you're starting out that way, you're gonna be paying per listing. You're not gonna have all the features that you actually need to start this business. And if you're not willing to put up 40 bucks per month, which is the cost of having a Seller Central Pro account, you're not gonna really take this business seriously. So if you don't have that much to start, I recommend starting elsewhere, like on eBay or Shopify, where it's a lot cheaper to get going and you can get a free trial and things like that. So for the first fixed cost, you're gonna have $39.99 a month for your Amazon Seller account. You could start on sell.amazon.com and just sign up. It only takes about like 30 minutes, and then you could be approved in less than a week. The second and most important software that you're gonna be needing inside of this business is what's called Keepa. This works both for online arbitrage and for retail arbitrage. You can download the app on your phone and scan items in store, or you can use it as a Chrome extension when you're searching for items and sourcing for online arbitrage. It's $20 per month, and it's the most accurate software that you're gonna have when starting this business, and it's the most accurate software in terms of Amazon product research. You're gonna find out how many times a month an item sells, how much competition there is on a listing, the supply and demand, what the ranking is, and overall like what the average price is involved with actually purchasing these items and selling them on Amazon. So it's gonna negate a lot of your risk involved with actually starting this business and help you make better buying decisions. The third software that's highly recommended, however not essential, is what we call Rev Seller. This is more specifically for online arbitrage because it just runs your numbers in terms of what your FBA payout is. When you're in store, you can run these numbers on the app on your phone. And if you're doing OA, you could also do it on your phone or on the Seller Central app for free. But Rev Seller puts those numbers right in front of you, and it makes it a lot more efficient in terms of sourcing for OA. So I recommend this one, and it's $100 per year. However, there are other alternatives that you can use if you wanted to. So the last software that you're gonna need for this business is Inventory Labs. It's $70 per month, and I would say it's definitely required, especially because it's an all-in-one when you're just starting out. Inside of the software, you can write down your cost of goods sold as well as your supplier, list your items directly with a custom SKU to manage your inventory, and you're able to track all of your numbers. So you're able to see how much in profit you actually made off of specific items, how much in profit you made over a specific month or year or quarter. So in terms of what you need, like we said, you need an Amazon Seller account. That's $40 per month. Keepa is required. It's $20 per month in terms of product research. You don't really need Rev Seller, but it is highly recommended because it'll run all of your numbers in real time when you're doing your product research for both OA and wholesale, when we jump into that in the second part of this video. And then finally, you're gonna need Inventory Labs at $70 per month in order to kind of all-in-one manage your shipments, manage your cost of goods sold, and your numbers, which connects directly to your Amazon account, so you'll never miss a beat. So in total, you'll have about $130 per month in required software, and then possibly an additional $8 to $10 per month in extra software if you choose to utilize Rev Seller. So now, in terms of the money that you need for this business, it all comes down to what you're willing to put in to actually purchase inventory to make money off of. For the sake of using an average, you're gonna expect to make a 20% ROI on everything that you buy at minimum on Amazon. So let's say you spend $100, you're gonna be looking to make at least $20 or $120 back after that sale. So that 20% is pretty universal, and when you're doing your research, you wanna look for at minimum 20% after accounting for all of your other fees and stuff that will go in. So you're gonna be looking for higher, and then you hope to net at least 20% ROI. So for every $1,000 you spend, you're looking to make back $1,200 or $200 in profit. So if we were to look at this over a 4-month period, you're gonna be looking to reinvest your profits every single month. So that first month, we spent $1,000 on inventory and we made back $1,200. That second month, we're gonna look to spend $1,200 on inventory, our initial $1,000 plus another $200 in profit that we made. And then after that next month, on month 2, we'll have $1,440 total with our new profits of 20% in that second month. Then on month 3, after we invested our initial $1,440, we're gonna have back $1,728. And then on month 4, if we reinvest that $17.28, we're gonna have over $2,070 in profit. So we've basically doubled our money in a 4-month timeline. So that's why I say it depends when you're getting started with this business, because depending on how much you put in, if you make back that 20% ROI at a minimum, you're gonna allow things to compound. So each month, if you add in what you spent originally plus your profits and then re-spend more, you're gonna be able to kind of grow that snowball or actually grow your business month over month. So on this timeline, if you started with $1,000 and you were making a 20% ROI net, within 4 months, after 4 months of compounding, you're gonna end up having double your money, and then you can keep going with that trend. You're gonna have $2,000 to reinvest those next couple months and then continue to grow that snowball of inventory and more profit for your business. So overall, you're gonna wanna start with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage to get your feet wet and also be able to start with a lower amount of money. After we start out with those initial fees of software and seller account, it's really based off of how much inventory that you want to send into Amazon. Keep in mind that Amazon pays out on a 2-week rolling payout period, and we look to buy inventory that'll sell out within a month or a month and a half. So overall, you'll have your money tied up on inventory for anywhere from 30 to 45, maybe max 60 days after the Amazon payout. So you just want to keep in mind that it is going to take some time for you to actually get your money out of Amazon, and you want to be able to kind of rotate that and buy like a month worth of inventory at max. Also keep in mind that in the beginning, you are gonna make some bad buys and not make money on inventory, but it's all part of the process. When you buy inventory in the beginning, you're bound to make bad buys, whether it has a high rank or the listing tanks, or you didn't read the Keepa chart, or maybe you're not approved to sell it and you're gated on that item. Whatever it may be, there is always gonna be times when you do screw up and you do buy the wrong inventory / make bad buys, but it's all part of learning. And that's why we recommend starting out with OA and RA, because you're gonna have less quantity of different items and you're gonna have more different SKUs because you're not gonna be able to buy 1,000 of the same item like in wholesale. Wholesale also requires a lot more upfront capital in order to really start to make money within that business. And that's why we're leaving that for part 2, where you're gonna need more money to get started, and that's where we talk about whether you need a warehouse or a prep center to send your items into Amazon FBA. So that's pretty much all for today's video, part 1 of how much money you need to get started with Amazon FBA, and thank you for your business.